Hey, hey Deb, how are you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for stopping in and joining us today. We are live and we're here staying in our lane, sharing knowledge from our own personal experiences as well as the experiences of our guests, which we have today. I'm ThatKimberly. Hi, and this is my co-host.
It's Deb. I'm Deborah and today we're excited to bring Cody Osterman to you from InterSolutions, which is
Yes.
a staffing company in our industry. And we're going to chat about his experiences. He's got a lot of experience on both sides of the table between management and supplier side. So I think he will have a great perspective to share today.
Yes, definitely. Before we bring him from backstage, as we like to call it, we want to remind everyone we are on live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So wherever you're watching, please feel free to ask a question, leave a comment, tell us where you're watching from. We definitely want to make this as engaging as possible. If you have a question, we want to answer it while we're live, or we'll jump back on afterwards and somebody will definitely answer that. So, and if you watch it on the replay, make sure you put #replay and let us know where you're watching. Did I miss anything, Deb?
Nope. I think you covered it all.
I hope so. So without further ado, I will be skipping out and bringing on Cody.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
The backstage is great. Great accommodations back there.
I know it's kind of getting a little messy back here, so I need a new plan. I need an office refresh is what I need. So
I love it.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on here today and sharing your experience. I'm going to give you a minute to give a little bit of a background on yourself and let everyone know who you are. So go right ahead.
Cody Osterman. I'm with InterSolutions, sales executive for Dallas market. I've spent a little time, as you said earlier, both on the management side and on the vendor side. Definitely, speaking on today's topic, worked with several startups over the years, and just kind of excited to jump in and chat with you today.
Awesome. Well, thank you. So just a few questions I'm going to go ahead and start with. InterSolutions, I mean, it's not a new product for multifamily, but I mean, they're and you guys have a lot of people that have been around for a long time. What's it been like, getting these markets rolled out, and what's that experience been like for you?
It's been great. I mean, I myself, I'm not involved in every new market rollout, but when we, for example, when we, opened up, Dallas, for example, it was good. I mean, I think when you have somebody who understands the product and the needs of what your properties need and your regionals need, it's definitely the easiest part in that. But it's been good. I mean, this company has been around for a long time, and they definitely know like where are the good places to start markets, roll out, and we have a product, and we find that need, and just go from there. So
that's so awesome. So you've been on both sides of the table, the management side, with if put that hat back on for a minute. And if I'm the startup and then I'm coming to you, I mean, what do you think would be what would be most important to you that I would need to provide for you or prove myself, like, to be able to do business? Like, what do you look for?
I think that a new startup, and just I have one in company in mind that recently worked with when I was a marketing director with Highmark Residential, and they were new to the industry, new to their product, and it was something that at first was like, oh, interesting, but they came with so much knowledge on what our needs were, what we did, our industry, and I think that it's important to me when somebody comes in, especially, startups, like I've seen in the past where they don't necessarily educate themselves on the industry, one, and then two, don't really educate themselves on the company, what their specific needs are, their brand. And I think just having that knowledge is like so imperative to me when it comes to, coming to in the past,
Exactly. No. And we hear that from, many industry veterans on both sides of the table. Like you
Yeah.
really do need to have some knowledge of this industry. There's a lot of new toys and fun products out there, but and you may have the best new thing on the shelves, but you got to get to know this industry.
Yeah.
And it really helps when you have leadership that does get it and that has been around and know what the needs are. So, I mean, I know that's super important. What would you say you're like going into a new market? Like, do you have like tips for like, your top 3 most important things? Like if you were going to open up a brand new market, what would be the top 3 things that you would want to do to be successful?
I think just, even on both sides of the table, like, I mean, even if you're opening, a new market, for on the property management side or on the vendor side, it's important to like go back to like what I was saying before, educate yourself, go to the association, find your resources there that can really help and make connections, with people that can help network and, learn more and, don't go in just blind, guns ablazing, kind of go in and use those resources that are there for you. So I would say that those are top 3.
Yeah. And fortunately, we have a lot of really strong markets, I mean, all across the US that do have some strong association presence. And really, there's a lot of resources for people to dive into. So I think finding those resources, which should be everyone's like,
Top priority
of their list. And then you need to find you need to find people with knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you need people on your team that can help guide you in the right direction if you've never been in this industry. I think that's really important. You've been on the startup side with supplier and on the property management side.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I don't know. It's so funny because what I love doing more than anything in the world is just like connecting people. And I really can get both from, either side. And it's just, it would be hard to pick. It's like picking your favorite kid, like which one is your favorite. But, I love our industry and I love, connecting people. And I think that I really I think it's why I've kind of done both. I mean, I've gone back and forth because it's hard to choose which one I like more. And, I love, currently, connecting people and working in the staffing industry and being able to be more present. And, most recently when we were at the trade show, I ran into you there. It's like, it's so great connecting and just being able to have those opportunities just to, catch up and see how things are going and learn what's new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I've had like the first part of my career in multifamily was on the management side. So I had about 10 years on that side and then 10 years on the other side. And I mean, what I tell people about our industry is that it's so full of opportunity. And I would never say that I would never go back to the other side. It just really depends on where I'm at in my life. And I think that's the beautiful thing about this industry is that you can stick around with your multifamily and there's so many avenues that, a person can go down. And I mean, it's really just been a great experience for me. We always joke that once you're in, you can't get out.
You can't.
And I tried it. I tried it once. And I thought I had gotten out, but what I had done was go to a travel nurse agency and do the housing for the nurses. So
you still were in it.
I know. I thought I was out, but then I just became like the renter, like, and hunting down, places to live all across the US. So I was still in it. I was like, the joke's on me. So I technically never left it. So I've been doing it since I was 19.
That's what I was actually recently was talking about. I was like, what are your first early jobs you've ever had?
Mm-hmm.
And one of my first jobs was working at a senior active living community as a server. And I was like, wait, I've actually was in the industry before. Like, I'm like, I never could get away. I was destined for this, so.
Yes. That was just the beginning.
Yeah, that was the beginning. 15 years old. That's when I started.
That is hilarious. I got sucked in from retail. So, I was in customer service.
Yeah.
And then I met an assistant manager buying gift cards to give to leasing agents. They were like incentives. And she was buying so many gift cards for
You're like, where are these going?
Yes. And so I thought, well, where do you work? That's where I think I need to go work. And she was like, well, we're hiring. So stop by and fill out an application. And then the rest is history.
And we're still hiring,
I know. So I know. But yeah, I mean, and that just goes to show you how deep a lot of relationships go in our industry, and that it is so important to get to know this industry and have the right expectations. I think,
right.
Having the right expectations coming in, is really important.
Well, when I was saying that earlier about expectations, I think I've seen like certain startups that have come in with this idea of like, I have the best product and like, you have to see this. And, kind of just wasn't the best approach, and it's, once I had a second to like sit down and learn what the product was, I was like, this is really great. But your approach and like trying to get it out is not like maybe the best avenue I would do here. But, going back to like what you're saying about the networking part of it, it's like when you meet the right people, I mean, you and I are the same. Like if we see a product that we like love and we believe in, we're going to put you in connection with, the people that are going to help you,
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's so much to our business that is a referral basis.
Yeah.
Like so much of it. And everyone's always connecting and talking and sharing, things. So, creating those relationships and letting it organically happen for you, which is really hard for a lot of people to, settle for that. I mean, you obviously have to have a good sales strategy going in, with a new product, but, getting to know the industry and understanding, the organic relationship growth within it will go very far for you. And you do have to find the right person for that spot too.
Well, and it's like, we have this beautiful like networking platform, that's been here for decades. And it's like, respect the flow and just kind of, and let it lead with that. So
I absolutely agree. What would you say? I always tell people, they're like, well, what are your favorite things about the industry? And I always say it's the people. So I always go back to that. Like I love the people, and I've got all of my long-term relationships have come from our industry.
Oh yeah, no, the thing I love the most about our industry is the people. I mean, and there's, in my past, like when, travel different markets or gone to different association events, it's like, we're all kind of the same, it's like we're all the like very similar structure, want to get to know who you are, what you have. And, I think that's beautiful about and empowering about our industry is that, we are all about people and getting to know each other and grow and advocate. And that's just, this is why no one leaves, truly. Cause it's just, it's too awesome here. So.
Right. I know, but you have to commit to it. And
100%, the commitment part.
Have to commit to it. So what are you thinking, during the pandemic? Getting your name out there and being present and just, what have you guys done to be successful?
So that's really a great question because I started during the pandemic. So, we officially opened the Dallas market here and I, went from the management side over here and it was challenging because I never realized how spoiled we truly were to be able to go to networking events constantly with the association, or just being able to get out. I mean, we just couldn't see each other at all. And it was challenging at first, but I relied on, contacts and social media and, my vendor friends and vendor partners of like, hey, can you help me get in connection with this person? And I will say, if I was new to the industry on the supplier side during that time, it would have been incredibly difficult. But I think, just utilizing my connections and who we know, and that's really what got me through. And, there was a lot of virtual happy hours and a lot of, different avenues that we could choose. But that was really a little challenging, I will say.
I completely agree. And it's funny that you said that, because I said that early on, when we were in the thick of it. I felt sorry for a new person, new to the industry, coming in and having to pitch a new product, because it was impossible, to get in front of your decision makers. Like, nothing was happening. And I mean, it was very challenging. And I relied on, if I had 10 years of relationship building that I had done prior to the pandemic. So that's what saved me. That's what still got my phone calls and my text messages answered, and even my emails, because I can only imagine on the property management side, when everything shut down, the massive amount of increase in emails.
Oh yeah.
So I never really it was hard to rely on that, form of communication. So you really did have to think outside of the box. And I felt terrible for someone new having to come in and create all of their new relationships.
Now,
when that pandemic started, it it made me sad. I was like, wow, like this is like the worst time.
Yeah.
And so,
but I mean, it's just I loved what Elaine said about pulling each other up and supporting each other. I mean, that's just what we do.
Yes, exactly. So there was a lot of, even with me, reaching out to other suppliers and thinking outside of the box and getting our mutual connections together. And we really just had to like grassroots and figure out a new way to do it. And we did. I think a lot of us did get through it very well, but we're happy that we actually get to see each other again. So
yes, we're all like I mean, the first few hugs, I think, were so emotional. I'm like, oh my God, I missed like being in contact with each other and being able to see each other and really just like having those connections. So
absolutely. Everything that we've gone to has felt like a family reunion.
Yes.
So I've loved every second of it. And speaking of that, tomorrow is HAA's Expo at NRG here in Houston. So I'm repping with my Expo committee shirt.
I love it. I love it.
So yeah, that will happen tomorrow. And I know that locally, everyone is really thrilled to see each other. This is our first one. Like, we missed the last one. And this isn't even the normal month that we have it. So tomorrow is going to be a big day here.
Lots of energy will be there.
Oh, lots of energy. So I think it will be an awesome, good time for everyone.
Besides, like, people, are you like looking forward to just like to see what everything has brought from the last year and a half?
Right. I mean, just, each trade show that I've gone to, I've been amazed at some of the new companies and new products that I've seen, that I just, haven't had the opportunity to hear about or meet anyone. We haven't had any of our networking opportunities. So there's always, right now is especially a lot of fun to go to a trade show floor and see what's happening and what's new.
Yeah, no, for sure. I did notice that at the last trade show here was how many new companies there were. And it was like, I was like, what is this? Kind of excited to learn more about them and get more info. So
I completely agree. It's been amazing. And I love that Delane is being so responsive with us. Hi, Delane. Thank you. And we're glad you're watching with us today. We appreciate that.
Yes.
So let's go back to our multifamily experience. We want to stay in our lane and talk more, a little bit more about this. As a new rep coming into a market, I always tell everyone to plug in with a mentor. So I was going to ask
Yes.
you. So you've probably had some really good experience. You've known a lot of people that have been some valuable mentors, and we don't. I feel like we don't talk about that enough. Like we do a lot of mentoring in our multifamily industry. So I love to tell people, like go through the PSC page,
Yes.
meet some folks and find someone that can be a mentor. Like almost everybody is open for that. So I know I've had a couple in my years in Houston that have been really, really helpful. And I'm sure you have too.
Oh yes. I mean, I have mentors on both sides because I mean, really to get, the perspective on, either side. Like I've even had to go, and reach out to them like, how does this sound to you? Or how am I doing this here? And, I think that our mentors are everything that we rely on and really help us and make sure we're doing it right, I guess, and how it's coming across on each side of the, table. And I think that, our PSC meetings and our PSC, boards that we have are everything and really help with, ensuring that we're, doing it the right way. And, and you can always, I'm the same way. I'm first to raise my hand and be like, if I can help you in any way, shape or form, please let me know on either side of the table. And, being a mentor and, advocating and helping out is just, something that I bleed. So.
Absolutely. I love, helping people move forward. And I'm like you, I like to help make the connections.
Yeah.
It's perfect that you're in staffing because that's
Yeah.
what I get to do all day. I love connecting folks with, supplier to management. I love doing that. I love helping my supplier friends find new hires, even, because we always know what's going on out there.
Yeah.
So it's a great group. There's so much opportunity. Plugging in a market, plugging into your local association is key. Elaine brought up a good point. Don't forget about other groups like NMHC, Optech. There's so much out there that is surrounding our multifamily industry and so many groups that are growing right now. So you need to plug in, you need to get a mentor. And then they can help navigate you and send you in the right direction for a lot of these things. Because a lot of people don't know that these groups are out there too. So, especially coming into the market. I mean, if, I have somebody with a tech company coming in, Optech, obviously, is something that I would highly recommend that you plug into. So
what I was going to say, even before this, I mean, me, you and Kimberly have known each other for years, and having a conversation's, very easy for us. But like, I reached out to my two mentors before this, like, hey, what are some things that I should talk about? Like, it doesn't matter, what it is or, what level, because it's like, mentors are everything.
I know. And it's funny. It's even when we first got on here, I'm great friends with Kimberly. You're great friends with Kimberly, but Kimberly didn't know that we were friends.
Yeah. Right. I was like, we've known each other for years.
Yeah. Like she thought she was making an introduction for us. And we're like, oh no, we're good.
Yeah. We're good here.
But so this industry is fun like that. What else do you want to throw out there for everyone? You got any great tips and tricks or
God, I mean, I wish I had like easy tips and tricks to give, but when it comes to mentorship or helping with whatever I can, I definitely please feel free to reach out. I mean, I think Kimberly's going to throw it out there in a little bit right there. Feel free to reach out to me. Whatever I can help with, I'd love to. And I appreciate being able to join y'all today. So
yes, it's been a lot of fun. Everyone knows how to reach out to me too. So for any questions, comments, insight, you want to hear more, you guys know how to reach us. So I really appreciate your time today, Cody.
I appreciate y'all inviting me.
Thank you, Cody. We love you.
Thanks. Love y'all.
Yes. I don't always, it's funny about how it's 6 degrees of separation in the multifamily space. And you think you're the connector, you're not. I always try to tell people I'm going to introduce you anyways, because I don't want to assume, you know.
Oh, I know. It's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's happened to me too, where I'm like, oh, you need to meet this person. And they're like, oh, I already know them.
But do you know them? Have you talked to them? That's why I always ask.
Right.
Yeah, that is really funny.
Yes.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you,
Rashida.
Yes, Rashida, thank you.
Yes.
And Elaine, yes, you know, don't forget OpTech for sure. Don't, you know, HAA, Houston Apartment Association, NMHC, that stands for National Multi-Housing Council, OpTech. We could do a show just on the acronyms in multifamily, but yes, that one's in November. Don't forget about that one if you are in tech. Houston Apartment Association Education and Expo is tomorrow. Woohoo!
December 21st is
yes.
the day, so we hope to see everyone there. Stop by our booths. We're all
NRG, yes.
We're both
at the NRG.
NRG. Everyone knows where that is.
Yes, I'll be at booth 721 working with my client, Residential Waste Service. And what's your booth?
Girl, you just put me on the spot with that.
Sorry. So, look for Deb's smiling face and one app guarantee.
Yes. You won't be able to miss me. I'll probably be one of the loudest people on the floor. So, yes.
But yes, please, if you catch this again on the replay, put in #replay where you watched us from, and connect, follow, engage from wherever you are watching from, so you know, especially turn on the notifications so you'll know when we're live next Tuesday. And what am I leaving out? Oh, if you would like to be on the show, or you know somebody, right, Deb?
Yep. Reach out to us. Let us know. We want all the content. We want to know what you want to hear about, and
we want to share. We want to share and connect others. We want to give lift others up, show exposure to new people's knowledge, that even if neither one of us knows you, we, you know, just no selling. We just want to be able to stay in our lane and share our experiences, because how people are going to learn? How are we going to grow?
And how do we grow our future leaders and the future of multifamily if we're not sharing our experiences? So
yeah, and you can always reach out to, like Cody said, I'm going to put his information up one more time. You can connect with him on LinkedIn or just email him directly. He's amazing. We're all about mentoring folks. So please do that. And am I forgetting anything? Next Tuesday, 11:30, I'm going to be on the spot because I know we have a guest, but I don't know who it is. So you will just have to wait it out. Surprise! Hopefully there's no hurricanes. Sorry, last week we had, thank goodness for Cody being flexible. We had to push it because of Hurricane
Nicholas.
Jeez. Darn you. But yeah, but we should be good for next week then. No hurricanes in sight. So
thanks, guys.
Thanks again, everyone. See ya. Bye, Deb.